Did luxury fashion's biggest dynasty just blink? Because what happened this month sent shockwaves through an industry built on illusion, exclusivity, and creative dominance. For the first time in years, LVMH, the undisputed giant of luxury, briefly lost its crown as the world's most valuable luxury company, and not to another mega conglomerate, but to one single family-owned brand, Hermes. This wasn't just about stock prices and market caps. This was about a shift in power, taste, and cultural momentum at the very top of the luxury hierarchy. And if you've been paying attention, the signs were there. On Tuesday, LVMH reported that their fashion and leather goods sales fell 5% in the first quarter, missing analyst expectations. And while one tough quarter doesn't topple a giant, it absolutely shakes the confidence of an industry hypersensitive to signals of status and market dominance. What made it worse? The very same day, Hermes quietly slid past them in market value for the first time ever. The Birkin maker, known for its rejection of trends and carefully rationed product, was now sitting at the head of the table. But this isn't just a numbers game. It's about creative momentum, and LVMH knows it. Which is why, alongside those disappointing numbers, came another announcement. Jonathan Anderson will take over as the new creative director of Dior Men's, replacing Kim Jones. A smart move, but also a reactive one. And if you know fashion history, you'll know LVMH has rarely had to play catch-up like this. The bigger story here is what it signals. LVMH has built its empire on acquisitions, splashy celebrity partnerships, and headline-grabbing shows. Hermes, meanwhile, stayed its course. No celebrity faces, no fast expansions, no collabs for the sake of collabs. It doubled down on craftsmanship, scarcity, and timelessness. And it worked. In a market where customers are fatigued by overexposure and constant drops, Hermès' strategy feels refreshing, and that's reflected not just in the stock market, but in culture itself. We're also seeing this with Louis Vuitton. Despite having Pharrell Williams at the helm, a move that once seemed like a guaranteed cultural win, some insiders have quietly questioned whether the brand's current creative direction resonates long-term with its core luxury clientele. The streetwear fusion strategy might have dominated 5 years ago, but in 2025, the tides are turning and the ultra-rich are moving back toward quiet luxury, discretion, and heritage. This isn't the downfall of LVMH, not even close. But it's a rare and telling moment where the emperor's cloak slipped just enough for us to glimpse the realities of a rapidly shifting market. And it raises important questions. How do you stay on top when the very metrics of luxury are being redefined? What does cultural dominance look like when exclusivity no longer means celebrity saturation? If anything, Hermès' brief takeover reminds us that in luxury, power isn't just about how loud you are, it's about how quietly you can command attention without asking for it. And in 2025, that's what real influence looks like. If you love deep dives like this and want to see how these moves reshape the industry, make sure you're following us on Instagram at GTWJMag for even more behind-the-scenes takes and exclusive fashion commentary you won't hear anywhere else. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. While most brands chase virality, Hermès continues to operate in what the industry calls quiet control. No influencers gifted Birkins, no TikTok unboxings, no sellout collabs. In a world where scarcity drives desire, Hermès mastered the long game decades ago, and now it's paying off louder than ever without saying a word. Meanwhile, LVMH is being forced to rethink. The appointment of Jonathan Anderson at Dior Men's isn't random. Anderson's reputation for intellectual, avant-garde fashion with a commercial edge makes him the perfect choice to inject fresh life into a brand that, while financially successful, was beginning to lose cultural edge under Kim Jones's streetwear luxury hybrid formula. It's a calculated pivot towards more conceptual luxury, something aligned with the tastes of both new wealth and old money clients, increasingly leaning toward under-the-radar high craftsmanship fashion. Let's also talk about Louis Vuitton. Pharrell's appointment was a cultural moment, no doubt. His debut collection sparked conversation and record crowds, but beneath the hype, insiders have started whispering whether LV is chasing too hard. When everything is a collab, a logo moment, a viral stunt, when does the exclusivity that defines luxury erode? LVMH has built itself on fast, powerful moves, but the question in 2025 is whether the market's craving for quiet luxury will leave that strategy exposed. And Hermes? They're not pivoting to match the market. The market is pivoting to meet them. That's power. This moment isn't just about two brands, it signals a deeper cultural shift in luxury fashion. The ultra-wealthy are pulling away from flex culture. Shoppers burnt out by mass-produced designer goods crave heritage, restraint, and authenticity. And it's not just Hermes benefiting. Brands like Loro Piana, Brunello Cucinelli, and The Row have seen an influx of discreet luxury clientele in the past 2 years. So what does this mean for the future of LVMH? Expect more leadership shakeups, more calculated creative appointments, fewer celebrity gimmicks, and more focus on refined craftsmanship, storytelling. Dior and Louis Vuitton can afford to play fast and loud, but the sustainability of that strategy in a shifting market is uncertain. And for Hermes, their refusal to follow anyone else's playbook might be the boldest luxury move of all. In an industry built on perception, being chased is always better than chasing. If you want more unfiltered fashion insider commentary like this, hit that subscribe button and follow at GTJ Mag on Instagram. We break down these moves as they happen. No PR spin, no fluff, just facts, history, and deep analysis from the inside out. Because here, we don't just report on fashion, we unpack the psychology behind why it matters. WJ, where fashion thinks deeper.